In this video, you'll see me run the notebook Fast Accurate Parsing of Utility Bills with LandingAI, and this will give you a chance to see what it does before you clone it and run it for yourself. Let's go ahead and clear all the outputs. We'll restart the kernel, and we'll do this together. So make sure that you have the Agentic Doc library, and today I am using version 0.3.3. I'm going to define my input and output folders. Today we're just going to be working with some files on my local directory. So here's my input folder, and it has 9 electric bills. Notice that 3 of them are JPEGs and 6 of them are PDFs. And actually this cell will show you the thumbnails for those. So here I'm going to define my utility bill schema, and this looks fairly long and complex. I do have this schema open in this JSON file, and this schema was developed with the help of our visual playground. So let's switch over there now. So here I am in the visual playground for Agentic Document Extraction, and let's take a look at one of our electric files. So once the Markdown and the JSON response come back, I'm going to come over here to extract. And here you can start with suggestions to have the system prepare a schema for you based on the contents of your document. So that's a huge time saver to prepare the schema and also preview it against this document. If you like what you see, just click on this code button, and that will offer you the schema both as JSON or as Pydantic. Pydantic will work only with the Python library, and the JSON schema will work with the Python library and with our REST API. What you saw open in my other tab was this portion of the schema. In the visual playground, you can also upload your own schema. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the exact one that we were using for the demonstration. So I've uploaded this from my local file system, and now I'm applying it to the document. This is indeed exactly what I was expecting, so let's go back to the notebook. So now that you've seen where the schema comes from, let me make sure that I did execute that. It's a fairly long cell here. And now I'm going to run Agentic Doc Extraction. So I'm going to send all of the documents at once, send my extraction schema, and request that the results go into my results folder and my groundings folder, which we see over here on the right-hand side. So, sorry, left-hand side. So let's go ahead and watch that. Okay, we're seeing our results folder populated with individual JSON files. And the parallel parsing of all 9 documents is complete. So let's scroll down here a little bit and view the JSON returned. So in the notebook, there's just a quick screenshot of one file, but the benefit of the video, of course, is that we can actually take a look at these files. All right, so let's collapse a few things to take a look at the overall structure. So at the top level, I have the Markdown output, the chunks, the extraction, and the extraction metadata. And then some other top-level information, including the document metadata, where I can pull out the file name or the page count, or also the processing time. So going back to the extraction section, this is where I'm going to see the details that correspond to the schema that I defined. So this looks like it was an electric bill only from Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative. And if I expand the extraction metadata, I will see the chunk references for each of those extracted fields. So for example, the phone number for the utility comes from this chunk ending in 6A5. And that will allow you to make more sense of the chunks themselves. So each chunk has an ID, and I could search for the one ending in 6A5. So here's the chunk ID, and indeed I can see that this is where the telephone number appears. This is on page 0 of the document at these left, top, right, bottom coordinates. And that grounding information has been saved to my local directory. I can look here under Document A, page 0, and find the chunk ending in 6A5. Fantastic, this chunk does indeed contain the telephone number. So that's how you can work with this JSON output. Let's go back to the notebook just to finish this off. So now I have multiple JSON files, or 9 to be specific, and I can do various downstream tasks with them. One common task might be just to loop over all of the results and create a summary table. So let's do that now. So here I have a summary for each document. How many pages was it? What was the original file type? What was the timestamp when it was sent for processing? And then all of those extracted fields that we requested, and also the reference chunks for any of those extracted fields. Of course, then this can be very easily saved as its own file, and we can even take a look at that file. And this CSV could now be easily inserted into a data store of your choice. So to close, we showed how to use LandingAI's Agentic Document Extraction to parse and extract from utility bills, starting with both images and PDFs. We defined a custom schema, we ran Agentic Document Extraction, we saved all of those extracted results and visual grounding chunks as structured data, and we prepared this nice final summary table. Of course, this workflow can be applied to other document types besides utilities, but if you do work with utilities specifically, hopefully this schema will go a long way toward getting you started.